I did my usual, you know, I'm going to look at the Guardian and see if there's any lunacy in there. Why? Because it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Fun for all the family. Did I find some lunacy? Yes, I did. Obviously, because it's about R. Kelly, I was all ears. Pachow, pachow, all ears. But basically what this is, you know, I mean, you've heard of the gender pay gap. Have you heard of the gender rage gap? Well, that's a thing now. Well, this woman's just made up. So, our Madawi, R. Kelly and the Art of the Male Meltdown. The Male Meltdown! Like falling down. You seen that? Michael Douglas goes fucking bonkers. Yeah, I wonder. But, you know. Yeah. Let me move this across. Okay, whether it's R. Kelly or Brett Kavanaugh, the male breakdown is real. Let's calmly break this phenomenon down together, shall we? Look at that great image. One of the greatest images of our fucking time is that, my friends. R. Kells being a boss. Free R. Kelly, baby. I'm sure you've seen the photo by now. Well, no, we've seen the video. Gayle King sitting serenely and staring calmly ahead while R. Kelly looms over her, gesticulating violently. Is he? This is I mean, he was being a bit animated, but to say he was gesticulating violently, it's very interesting how people can just like just use language to completely manipulate you into thinking one thing, isn't it? It's great, isn't it? Gesticulating violently, he was. Right. Well, if you say it, must be true. The shot taken during see all this. See all the look at this. Look at this. What he's doing. She's so serene and calm. Look at him going, and he's not even talking to her. He's talking to a camera. You take the shot. Taken during King's interview with Kelly this week, quickly went viral. No, the whole thing was viral, baby. This is viral. It wasn't just the striking juxtaposition of King's professional calm and Kelly's frenzied rage that made the photo an instant classic. It was the fact that juxtaposition was so familiar. As many people noted, who are these many people, I wonder? An echo chamber on Twitter, maybe? The image was a flashback to Brett Kavanaugh's hearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee last year. Oh, of course. Let's bring him into this. Why not? Dr. Christine Blasey Ford was composed and measured while she gave her testimony. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't let her emotions get the better of her. Kavanaugh, in contrast, ranted and raged. Do you know... It's just, isn't it just a case of like going, well, here's an example that we can use against people. But if it's the other way around, if it was a woman ranting and raging and it was for something that you'd agreed with, you'd say, oh, look at this brave woman shows her emotions at its rawest form. Like, come on, play the other one, would you? We're bored. He didn't care about being emotional because he knew he would never get called hysterical or irrational or shrill or crazy. Are you fucking mad? Have you seen it? Everyone's called him crazy. No one's going to watch that R. Kelly interview and go, yeah, he's just impassioned. I'm buried alive, but I'm still alive. Like this, it's R. Kelly. R. Kelly has a song called I Want to Marry the Pussy. I want to get down on one knee and ask that pussy to marry me. That's R. Kelly. Okay, there's nothing about what he did that I'd call just impassioned and bold, irrational, hysterical. I would use all these women. Oh yeah, he knew that we treat angry men very differently than we do angry women. Well, we do. Angry man is angry to woman. Angry man will get approached by a bunch of dudes going, "Oh, you alright, love? Is he fucking bothering you? Do you want to knock him out? Is he a woman beater? Whoosh! Too late. Made my decision." And the other way, angry woman against man going, look at her going crazy. Look at him. And no one goes in to defend man from angry woman. This is a usual scenario I think you'll find in life. I don't know where you live or what you do, but I think you need to get out more. That's just a word of advice from me. That wasn't a purely emotional statement, by the way. There are endless studies documenting the gender rage gap. Here it is. The gender rage gap. Just when you thought there wasn't another buzz term to get your teeth sunk into, here is one. A 2015 study out of Arizona State University, for example, found that male jurors were seen as more credible to their peers when they expressed an opinion with anger. Male jurors were seen as more credible to their peers. So you're in a jury and he's going, "No, he's innocent!" Okay. However, when women expressed identical arguments with anger, they were seen as more emotional and therefore less credible. And certainly less likely, one imagines, to be given a lifelong seat on the Supreme Court. Well, of course. That's exactly it. I love the world of assumptions. We live in a wonderful world of presuppositions and assumptions. Kelly and Kavanaugh's situations aren't entirely analogous. I've never heard that word before, of course. Nevertheless, it's worth comparing the two because their respective outbursts tell us a lot about the art of the male meltdown. Let's calmly break this phenomenon down together, shall we? Well, we got the gender rage gap and the male meltdown. Well, I'm sure this is going to be very fine. I'm sure this will be very balanced and true. Rule 1, make yourself the victim. Well, I mean, isn't that what everyone does these days? Isn't that what's done? Isn't that the way to win? Is to be a victim? Just another victim. It's about scoring victim points. So she is right there, but this is used by every fucker these days, it seems. So, okay. The cardinal rule of the male meltdown is that nothing is ever your fault. Your anger is justified and righteous because you are the victim of this situation. You have been slandered and maligned and you are defending yourself. That's fine. "You're killing me with this shit," R. Kelly yelled when King asked him about 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse he's been charged with. "I gave up 30 years of my career." 30 years. Kavanaugh acted equally defensively when confronted. Why do they always talk about this Brett Kavanaugh geezer? Like, I mean, wasn't he cleared or something? Isn't he the Supreme Justice person? So why are you shitting on an innocent guy? Why? What is this? No, I mean, shitting on Michael Jackson when he's dead is one thing, but it's crazy. But like, what is this? Rather than considering his actions, he immediately made himself the victim, ranting that the hearing was calculated and orchestrated political hit and a revenge on behalf of the Clintons. Well, I mean, it was pretty calculated and orchestrated, wouldn't you say? The timing of it, it's pretty clear, isn't it? Thanks to good old-fashioned misogyny, men get away with justifying their anger by turning themselves into the victim of a situation. A 2008 study, "Can an angry woman get ahead?" found that people are more likely to explain female anger as a result of internal factors like their personality, "she's just crazy," than external factors such as the situation they were getting angry about. What about men, though? Oh, rule 2. Well, this is great, isn't it? Be a rich white guy. Well, of course. These are the rules of the male meltdown. I mean, while R. Kelly did a great job of making himself a victim, he fell a little short on being a white guy. Well, R. Kelly, you should have thought about turning white before you started having your sex dungeon parties. Which is a pity for him, as conservative commentators might have cut him a bit more slack if he had been. Oh, yeah. There is a gender rage gap, but there's also a racial rage gap. Also, we got the gender rage gap and the racial rage gap. That's nice. We treat black anger very differently than we do white anger. Well, I'd say on all sides people do, it's like, everyone mocks the fact that white kids go and shoot up schools because they got anger issues. That's a joking thing that people like to make. They like to joke about that. And they also like to joke about, the classic angry black man. That's another thing people like to joke about, isn't it? So, but I don't think you can really in this day and age. And you're writing for the Guardian. You think a rich white man can get victim? Really? Think they can successfully paint themselves as a victim in this climate? I doubt it. Indeed, a study this year found that black adult faces were 4.12 times more likely to be incorrectly labelled as angry than white adult faces. Who did this study? What study is this? PS Mag, Pacific Standard. For black students stereotype, what is this? Sign for free. I mean, go away. I mean, who knows? We ain't got time to look into the legitimacy of that fucking thing. I also found that anger bias for white males was almost non-existent. Oh, well, you don't get angry white men at all. You don't. Yeah, that's right. No one thinks white men are angry at all. It's true. Thanks. We seem to love giving angry white guys the benefit of the doubt. Oh, we do, don't we? All the angry whiteys out there. All of them. When you go to the football match and there's fucking hundreds of white skinheads shouting, oh, I don't see any. No one sees anger there. No one's intimidated by that. Look at Phil Mitchell. Phil. See Phil Mitchell angry. Look at Phil Mitchell. I mean, look. Phil Mitchell anger. Now look at that. Look at Phil Mitchell's angry face. Look at that. I can't see. She's right. I can't see anything angry in that face. Nothing. He looks fine. He looks like he's perfectly okay. He looks like everything is just fine. And if he was like that in court, if he had that face in court, and he was on an ABH charge, I'd be like, he's innocent. Look at him. How serene and placid he looks. I could never. Just white faces don't look angry to me. Ever. Never. Wonderful. Isn't that good? Oh. Rule 3, be a bad boy. Well, you got to be a victim and a bad boy. Right. Women who frequently display outbursts of emotion are known as divas. Men, on the other hand, are known as bad boys. Just look at former tennis star John McEnroe, who's often described as a legendary bad boy rather than an entitled athlete with anger management issues. In stark contrast, but in the world of tennis, that's as badass as you get, isn't it? It's not really many fugged out motherfuckers in tennis, is there? It's not like football and rugby and shit, is it? It's tennis. It's like if someone just screams a little bit. It's like, in stark contrast to Serena Williams, of course, who is derided as an angry black woman whenever she raises her voice. Having a meltdown is considered a sign of weakness. I've never heard people say that. I just don't know what you're talking about, Mike. And it's a different era as well. So if you're a man, it's considered edgy. It becomes part of your brand. Oh, shut up. It is it. Another key facet of the male meltdown is to deny that you're being in any way irrational. Rather, it's women who are being unreasonable in their reaction to your behavior. It is scientifically proven, after all, that women are the emotional ones. But you are fucking irrational. You're just tripping on everything all the time. Oh, and then that's just the end. Well, good. Well done for that. I mean, I wouldn't accuse you of just making up a load of gobbledygook last minute to cash in on the, the news of R. Kelly and try and throw some sort of silly theories that you made up and found some just fucking created these rules of the male meltdown. I mean, I'll do the. Shall I do the four? What did she call it? Should we break down the 4 rules of the female meltdown? Rule number 1, be completely unreasonable. Rule number 2, just fly off the handle over absolutely nothing. Rule number 3. Cry when it doesn't go your way. So once you've pissed him right off and you've realised that all your manipulative little tricks in the book haven't quite worked, just cry. Just cry. Did you know girls can just cry? I went out with a girl, she got done for shoplifting, just cried, let her go. Like, this happens to girls all the time. They just start crying. Oh, Mr. Officer. Oh, God. Go away. Yeah. Just cry. That's it, girls. Just cry. And rule number 4 of the female breakdown. What would you do? What's the 4th one you do? I don't know. Just do something really awful. I don't prank call someone and threaten to burn the house down or something. Just do some, key a man's car. Punch him in the face, get away with it because you're a girl and it's fine. That's just stuff like that, I suppose. So that's my 4 rules. I just made those up, based on experience. So I've just made those up. Those are just as legitimate as yours. So there you go. You do realise that everyone can go online and talk and just legitimise stuff now. You do know that writing for the Guardian doesn't make you anything special at all. Okay. Yes, okay. I'm glad you decided